The newly appointed Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, with Dr. Ashima Goel, Professor Jayant R. Verma, and Dr. Shashank Vide as external members met on 7th, 8th, and 9th October. The MPC evaluated the domestic and global macroeconomic financial conditions and voted unanimously to leave the policy repo rate unchanged at 4%. The MPC also decided to continue with the accommodative stance of monetary policy as long as necessary, at least through the current financial year and into the next year, to revive growth on a durable basis and mitigate the impact of COVID-19 while ensuring that inflation remains within the target going forward. The marginal standing facility rate and the bank rate remain unchanged at 4.2%. The reverse repo rate stands unchanged at 3.35%. Let me take this opportunity to briefly review the state of the economy and its prospects. After the steep decline into which the global economy plunged in the second quarter of 2020, global economic activity appears to have rebounded sequentially in the third quarter, but unevenly among and within economies. Improvement in manufacturing, labor markets, and retail sales powered strong recoveries in some countries, whereas in others, a rise in new infections prompted a slower pace of unlocking or reimposition of restrictions, which in turn stalled the upturn. Generally, investment has remained in retrenchment, while consumption and exports have started to improve. Massive policy support across all countries has prevented a deeper downslide, providing a floor underneath employment, household incomes, and businesses. Financial conditions continue to remain benign. The Indian economy is entering into a decisive phase in the fight against the pandemic. Relative to pre-COVID levels, several high-frequency indicators are pointing to the easing of contractions in various sectors of the economy and the emergence of impulses of growth. Rather than enumerating them here, I have, in the interest of time, set them out in an annex to this statement. By all indications, the deep contractions of Q1 2021 are behind us. Silver linings are visible in the flattening of the active caseload curve across the country. Barring the incidence of a second wave, India stands poised to shrug off the deathly grip of the virus and renew its tryst with pre-COVID growth trajectory. In this environment, the focus must now shift from containment to revival. Undeterred by the pandemic, the rural economy looks resilient. Kharif sowing has steadily surpassed last year's acreage as well as the normal sown area. Improved soil moisture conditions along with healthy reservoir levels have brightened the outlook for the Rabi season. Early estimates suggest that food grain production is set to cross another record in 2021. Job creation under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act has provided incomes and employment in rural areas. Meanwhile, migrant labor is returning to work in urban areas and factories and construction activity are coming back to life. This is also reflected in rising levels of energy consumption and population mobility. In cities, traffic intensity is rising rapidly, online commerce is booming, and people are getting back to offices. The mood of the nation has shifted from fear and despair to confidence and hope. In conclusion, let me state as follows. COVID-19 has tested and severely stretched our resources and our endurance. Our travels are not over yet, and a renewed rise of infections remains a serious risk. We have, however, come far on an untraveled road with self-belief and courage of hope. We will reach deep into our fortitude and inner strength to overcome whatever formidable challenges COVID-19 may unleash going forward. If we have the resolve to be steadfast till we emerge victorious, I am confident we will muster the forces needed to subdue the pandemic. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, and I quote, "If I have the belief that I can do it, I shall surely acquire the capacity to do it," unquote. Against all odds, we shall strive and revive. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay well. Namaskar.